I love in a classic. Okay, for starters, Cadillac 1936. It's a sedan touring edition. The patina is looking absolutely fabulous. It's not even patina actually, just it looks like that from a distance, but when you get close you can see exactly what's been happening. And not only that, amazing engine, but the best part is the inside. So let me just get my hair out of the way, and then we're going to have a chat with Teresa and David and find out how they built this and what else happened, because there is so much details. There is so much details. I mean, just look at the door here. So much thought and care has gone into every single aspect, every inch of this classic. And yeah, I'm absolutely speechless. Let's go and have a chat with Teresa and David and find out exactly what they've done. Hi there, you two. How are you? I don't know if that's going to hold against that wind, Teresa.
I'm like, it's so hot.
It is very hot.
We'll have to put this away.
You have to put it away because I love your car. Absolutely love it. It's yours and you guys have built it together.
Yes.
Come over here, let's stand in front of it, and then we're going to just start with the basics, and then we're going to go and explore every inch of this because there is so much happening. All right, you two, Cadillac 36.
Yes.
How long ago did you guys get your hands on it?
Oh, gosh,
Well, we acquired her, I think, in 2017, but we didn't get to building her until 2019, almost late 2019.
Okay.
So we just had so much going on.
We got other projects and other things going on. Yeah, we have a job too.
Yeah, and you have a job.
Yes.
Okay, you don't just do this and money falls out of the sky.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so 2017, what did it look like?
It was pretty bad. We have pictures, but it was in pretty bad shape. It was found in Nye County by a friend of mine in a riverbed. It was on property.
Okay.
It was in a shed, but all that being said, shed collapsed, rivers, reroutes,
Wow.
and it just gutted the car out.
Of course.
And rotted the bottom of the doors off and took out the drivetrain.
Wow.
So we replaced the drivetrain with four-wheel drive components from a Jeep Grand Cherokee because it fits the car.
It fits the
Okay.
car, of course.
Power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, automatic, four-wheel drive, the whole 9 yards, LS engine,
What LS do you have?
LS1. The headers come out underneath the fenders, which you can see in the mirror down here.
And you've
also-
lifted this, of course.
Yep, it's on airbags, full ride suspension with AccuAir suspension, so it will go wherever she tells it to go with her phone.
Wow.
Okay, and then underneath the fender here, you see the leaves in the mirror.
Oh wow, look, this is the details that I'm talking about, everybody. It's continued on in the undercarriage as well. Okay, now you guys had your work cut out for you. Water damage, drivetrain, it was basically full thing, full frame of restoration.
Right.
Oh, we're gonna see all of that, Teresa, don't get me excited yet.
Did you just move the car?
Yeah.
So we kept the Cadillac frame because it's enormous, and
Okay.
they're built very well.
Yep.
So we just used the four-wheel components, and they buttoned right in there. I mean, with a bunch of modifications.
Of course.
But I had a friend, Randy, from Performance Motorsports, that helped us. He'd come over and babysit us because we're not car builders, we're just masons.
Wow.
But we knew what we wanted. I mean, and this is what we did. So he'd come over every now and again, jump underneath, and says, "You're doing great. Gusset here, gusset there."
Wow.
And he babysitted us through the job. And then, we
Wow,
started-
that gives so much hope to people like me out there.
You don't have to know what you're doing.
You don't have to know what you're doing.
And it's better to make mistakes because you'll
That's
learn.
how you learn.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're gonna check out the car in detail. Teresa, tell me about your love of Cadillacs. Where does that begin?
Well, I mean, who hasn't?
Who can you not
loved
like it? Yep.
Cadillacs? I've always enjoyed them and liked them. I don't know what attracted me to this car, but it's like it just called to me. And
Did you have an idea of exactly what you wanted to do with this when you got it, when it was in the project stage?
Not at first. Our goal was to create a rat rod.
Okay.
So that was, but then I thought, she is basically kind of a rat rod, but
Well, that's
she's
what I was
more
saying.
elegant.
Exactly. It looks elegant. I was walking by, I was like, wow, that's a nice patina. That's a nice finish on a patina. But then you get close, you can call it patina, but at the same time, it's been done so well, it still looks like a done-up custom car. Not exactly a patina, not exactly a rat rod. Still got luxurious stuff in there. And it's also got the drivetrain with that awesome motor in there as well. Okay, while we're here on the outside, let's start off with the big change. The doors, where did that come from?
These were rotted. All the doors are rotted and gone, okay, from the river. So instead of trying to fix all the holes from here, on the inside they're all repaired, but on the outside I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep this old patina and keep her original look, the dents and the damage. My wife is from the Colorado Rockies, and that's what this represents, is the Rockies.
Nice.
Okay, so we put that on there. Then we started the patina and brought this down. Now a friend of ours, Randy from Performance Motorsports, and his friend Nikki Ross, or Rose, she helped a little bit with patina. I patinaed everything with rust, and then she came back a little bit with some paint and helped us out to get some of the striping.
Now, David, tell me, you patinaed it.
Yes.
What did you do to get this patina?
I got it with well water, which is hard water,
Yep.
and peroxide and salt.
Okay.
It's probably toxic. Don't drink it. But when you put it on metal, man, yes, it rusts. Just spray. Just spray it quick, and it starts to get the color, and then stop and start spraying in one spot and let the streams come down. Otherwise, it gets too dark. You want those streams? You want the stream? No, just right here. Just spray here. Yep.
What about
just
the top layer?
No,
That's paint.
That's patina.
Red oxide.
That's red oxide paint, and then it goes to the black. So what the idea was, we wanted to keep this patina going all the way down. Go with the red oxide is what they used back then as primer, and then all brand new paint from there up.
Okay.
So that was the idea. I wanted to keep her life below, original, and then make her all brand new, so my wife could have a brand new Cadillac.
Wow.
So
good man.
Well, she
Very
was a
nice.
big part of it, but it was easy because it was her car. So it was never like, how much is that? You know, it was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's just do it. And how long did it take the entire build?
A little over 2 years.
Okay, it's not too bad
it's
at all.
like 2 years, 4 months, something like that. We were excited. I could not wait to drive it.
Oh, I bet. I absolutely bet. Okay, Teresa, I'm loving the chat. And one of the things that I love is the personalization that gets done on cars. So I love the fact already we can see touches of your past there as well, the Rocky Mountains. That's the ones in Colorado, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm learning my states.
Yes.
Now, you've got that there on the outside. There is so much more happening on the inside, and I'm going to show you guys. Teresa, where did the theme come from?
Well, I wanted some leather and lace type of thing. Purple is my favorite color.
Okay.
And I love nature, so I like dragonflies and hummingbirds and stuff like that, and beautiful flowers and different types of vines, like grapevines. I don't know why I like grapevines. So that's how we did the headliner, and it just kind of just kept growing from there.
You guys excited? I'm excited. Why don't we start off? Look, even the door stopper here. Look at this. Beautiful suicide doors, of course, Cadillac style. Tell me about this, David.
Okay, well, it's just a door holder. I've seen other guys use coat hangers and stuff,
Yep.
which motivated me to this level to do something a little bit better than a piece of wire or rope. So this is 1/4 inch hex rod. It's split, and then it hugs here and hugs around the other side. So it's a push-pull system. See how it holds?
Yeah.
And then when you take it off, you slide it straight up. I just came up with it. It just works.
And you
it's
guys,
pretty, and it's for her.
and you're in masonry, so that's working with stones.
Yes.
You're very skilled, because there's a big difference between working with stones and then doing such fine metal work.
It's because we don't know what we're doing. It's easy.
Oh my
People
God.
that know what they're doing say that can't work, or that's
so
too much
humble.
work, or you got to have a machine. We don't know any better. We just know we want to make this cool thing,
Yep.
braided copper or something. So we just start doing it because
Wow.
we want to do it. I mean, it's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science, but you do have the hand.
You have to-
Okay, we're going to
have
give you
to-
that. Okay.
You just have to get in there. We don't know when we've done
I
something that we
love this.
shouldn't
I would
do.
love this just on its own.
Yeah. Well, there's two of them. There's one over there too. But so that's why to us it's easy. It's only metal. Just heat it up and start twisting it. And if it's wrong, you pound it a little bit and heat it again.
And heat it again.
And then you learn not to heat it so much, or heat it more next time. You know, you learn from what you're doing.
I absolutely. I'm so glad I found you guys as I came across your awesome car. Teresa, I am loving the purple. Well done on that. You know, somebody would have thought brown patina look, but then purple, but it goes. It really does. And with the gold accents in here as well.
Yes, the purple and the brass and the copper just kind of flowed. It just kept going, and
These are from antique wood stoves.
yes,
So we also rebuild antique wood stoves. And these escutcheons you see, all the brass, That's all original. Because the nickel was rotting off of it. We polished it, and holy cow, we came up with all this. Well, this I made myself, but we came up with all this nickel underneath, and we're like, my God, it's all, or excuse me, brass. So the brass is just a hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And before we get inside, here at the running board, you've continued that mesh, which is on the end of the doors.
And we welded little bitty dots of brass, which kind of like look like a screen of gold nuggets.
Yeah.
Like on a rock screen.
Kind of help you grab.
Wow.
You know, get a foothold when you're getting in and out.
Yep. Gives you that grip.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the floorboards here, everybody. Floorboards, the floor. What have you done here? What have you done here with the floor?
Okay, this is honeycomb flat stock, which is discontinued. So we had not enough to do only what you see in the car, and then we needed to fill this with a filler, an 1.5 inch filler. We needed that. We didn't know what we were going to do. We had enough of this. If we spread it out, then this is an accident. We came up with different metals. We played and twisted, and we came up with this design. 3, which she is fond of 3. Everything is 3. 3 on the banjo steering wheel. 3 here, increments of 3. Everything is in 3s. She likes that number. Well, anyway, there you go. So we started twisting it, and then I colored the center one with some heat. I applied heat to it with a torch, and that turns that center one, that beautiful purples and reds and blues.
Wow.
And,
I love the feminine touch here on the shifter, Teresa.
yep, it's leather and lace.
Leather and lace.
The steering wheel is made out of supply line. It's stainless steel from a hot water heater. That's stainless steel. And then there's a few hundred pieces of copper individually bent and welded, or soldered, I should say, on the back side. Every one of them, all the way around, is all soldered.
Wow.
And then polished. And now it's like a piece of jewelry.
Wow.
Nice in the hand and doesn't get hot in the sun.
And what about the dash? Is that period correct
That's
or
all,
not?
yep, that's all original except the gauges, because these are original gauges here. These are new gauges here.
Okay.
Originally it had a clock and a speedometer.
Wow.
Well, and the original was 6 volt. So that would be unusable today with everything being a 12 volt system.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, still loving the floor here, but we're going to get inside, Teresa, if we can, and then we're going to have a look at that headliner and see more in detail.
Do you want to sit in there?
I would love to sit in
Okay,
there.
let's do that. Let me pull
All
the
right.
blankets.
Really cooler, a little bit cooler in here.
Oh, it's a lot cooler in here. Teresa, it looks so fabulous from this angle. Everybody can see the beautiful work on that steering wheel, and then we get into the headliner. Look at this.
And this we rusted. It's a big sheet of metal. We had it out in the front yard, and we had some
The actual roof?
bricks.
Okay.
So we had some bricks underneath it, and he would go out and put some water, some of the well water out of the hose, and spray it, and then we would move the bricks so that the water would run a different direction, and and then
To get that rustic look, isn't
yes.
it?
It's all
And,
insulated underneath that too.
That's why it's so cool in here.
Yeah.
And then, it's one big sheet, so we ended up, he had to cut the post out for the suicide doors to fit it in, and it took 5 guys. We had to have 5 guys come help because it was so
Okay,
heavy.
it was
and
all finished.
big.
Yeah.
So with rubber gloves or plastic gloves, I warned them, don't touch anything, just lift it, and then I put
Wow.
the screws in on the ribs that are existing.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I'm loving the wood.
Yes,
That's real wood.
Yes.
real wood.
And
Yes.
there's lights behind it.
So what I wanted, I think it's the first
You
one.
see
There
the
you
lights
go.
up inside?
Oh, yes. Hopefully the
Yeah,
camera would do a
so
better
it's-
job than our eyes.
LEDs up there.
And there's a flower behind me, of course.
Yep.
Love the purple lace back here.
And then, so the lights, these back tulip lights, they turn off and on with the little,
Just the button there.
yeah.
Wow, and you've got one there as well. The wood's continued on here, in the back window. This is beautiful. We have so much leg room, Teresa.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
so much leg room. Now, the Cadillacs, did they have the tray tables at the front?
They had a-
I think some of the limos did.
Because there's a lot of room right now here, and I'm guessing there was
Yes.
something else.
They had a flip down
was almost like a church pew, the way that
Footrest. Yeah,
Footrest.
they keep you in the
Footrest.
seat when you're
Yeah.
driving.
Footrest.
And they would have a full down seat.
Yeah, like a jump seat.
Okay,
And
for the
so-
kids.
Right.
Yeah, so some of them had attached jump seats, and others had a full secondary seat row. So there were a bunch of options, and since this car was gutted, I don't know what she originally.
So we
was
added
came
these
with.
footrest because we didn't want to do with the original typical. So we put in these, come off of an 1800 wood stove, 19 or 1800, maybe 1890 wood stove we have in our living room. These are the wings that go on the side of that stove.
Wow.
So welded them together, antiqued them in purple paint, put the purple rope down below to, get the offset right. And now these are your new footrest.
David, that is so skilled, and you guys know
That was her
this.
idea. I thought she was nuts. I was like,
No,
"What
she's
are you gonna
not.
do?"
She's absolutely brilliant. Teresa, I love history and I love vintage things. And then when you see household things that could just come out looking absolute work of art, it just makes you,
thank
thrills you.
you.
Well done on that, both of you. This is so nice, Teresa, to look up and see yourself, and David, for you to see, elements of your personality. We've got dragonfly up here.
Yeah.
Wow, this is just
So I've got my grapevines and butterflies, dragonflies. Got my hummingbird with their flower.
Oh, yeah.
And David, did you make all these little ornaments?
Oh, yeah. It's not hard. It's just.
Look at him again. He says it's not hard.
It wasn't. He's like, check this out, and he's pounding,
You just pound these right
my
out
God.
on a piece of wood. It's not hard, and then
And it just
twists it.
happened. I was like, wow.
You got to do it in your head first. Once you have it in your head, you can't get it done quick enough. But it's
Wow.
I mean, no, it's not. It's kind of exciting to do it actually.
I bet it was. So seeing every aspect of this come together little by little, it gets you more excited, gives you an idea as well. Okay, this is where we're going. I can see why initially you guys wanted to turn this into a rat rod. Now, I love rat rods, and the reason that I love rat rods is because people use anything and everything to make something beautiful, and it works, and it's functioning.
Yes.
This is not a rat rod. It's too pretty to be a rat rod.
Yeah,
Rat rods are awesome, but they're not always this pretty, everybody, and you put so much care as well into it.
Yes.
But you would be an amazing rat rod builder.
I have one at home that, but
he
it's
has his
kind of like this too. You don't need a tetanus shot to get in that either.
Okay.
But so it is quite clean, and it's got some metal work to it as well, but not near like this one. But it's
But this
a
is
pretty
for
rat
Teresa.
rod.
This is yours.
This is more elegant. This is for her.
This is not a comfortable ride.
No, it's just go fast and that's it. But
Yeah.
this is really. I'm overwhelmed with this car. I love it.
I think everybody is. Everybody would be overwhelmed when they come across this. Teresa, this is your daily driver?
No.
No. Okay. But you do take it out there.
I try to take her out at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay,
even
that's
if
pretty
I
good.
just- yeah,
That's pretty
even if
good.
I just go around a couple blocks, just in
Yeah.
the neighborhood or something, just to keep her running and
And tell me the
starting
reaction
and-
that you get.
Yeah, and just to
you can
do
stop
it.
anywhere.
Yeah.
It's a car show.
Yep.
But
Oh,
she
yeah.
needs to drive it, but we worry about the other people because they go kind of nuts trying to get next to her to take pictures, and
Oh
then the
my
other
gosh.
people that don't appreciate it are like, "What are you doing?" And then you got a bunch of
Yeah.
maniacs on the road.
Yeah.
So it can be dangerous when we're just driving around. So, but she
Yeah.
does take it out just about every day. I mean, I'll hear her down there. I'm like, "Where's she going?" And I'll hear her burn around the block and come back. She just gets the itch, you know.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, because it's fun.
It's rewarding.
exciting.
It's a project that we did together, and she likes it. I mean,
Exactly.
nothing worse if she didn't like it,
Wow.
you know. But she loves it. So that's.
I love it when couples get involved
Yeah.
and when you guys do projects like this together. I absolutely love it, and it comes out so good, and you both are smiling at the end. Doesn't get better than that. Just want to show that view one more time. And you've got your little screen up there.
Yeah, so that's the stereo system. It's also, it'll play DVDs. It's a Pioneer. I don't know what it is. David bought it for me for a present. He's like, here, I'm going to put this in your
Yeah,
car.
it'll do
I'm like,
anything. You can hook a
okay.
camera to it. I just got one that we could do whatever we want with it, so it does a lot of things.
That's awesome. And of course, being a girl's car, you need some storage, so you've got the overhead console. Well done on that.
Yeah.
You've still got a
That
little
was-
console down here too.
That was a demand. And I have a little console in between in the seat, so I can stuff things in there too.
I love this, and there's a light behind this, I'm guessing.
that does light up.
So that's the dome light.
Is that on 2 there? Is it there?
Yep,
she
there
is.
it is. There it is. So you've got the sun inside
Yeah.
all day long. Wow. I'm so excited. We're gonna sit at the front now and go for a little drive.
Okay.
But before we do that, I'm gonna stand out there while David or Teresa turn on that engine and we can see the air rides in motion, because hey, this car is full on airbags.
Yes.
There you go. It doesn't get better than that. So that's your air tank there. Quite the handyman, David.
The compressors for the air ride are underneath both of these fenders. Underneath is a compressor that comes down on hinges on both sides.
Okay.
So she has onboard air at all times. Right there.
Yep. And that's so awesome that you've actually painted the drivetrain.
Right, it's all
Purple.
kind of purple and pretty, yes.
Wow. And that's why you've got the mirrors. So we're going to take our time and get everything off. I do not want to damage anything before we turn this
The
off.
leads underneath from here on that mirror.
Oh, wow. Look at those fine details. Look at those leaves. Wow. That's how you know it's a ladies' car. Look at the little keychain, a little Cadillac purse. Good for you.
I was like, I have to have that.
That's all the way down? Okay, all the way up?
Nice. Very nice. Let's go for a little ride. Oops. Thank you. Okay, yeah. And do you mind if I put the window down more?
No, you go right ahead.
Because we're gonna stick this camera out. Let's see Teresa in action first.
Keep coming up.
Yep.
Hope he doesn't try to steal my spot.
Well, I'm sure David's gonna stay here.
Okay, so don't go.
Teresa, the first time you sat down and started driving this, how did it feel?
Oh my gosh, almost like shock. Yeah, and so I was kind of scared, I guess, little intimidated.
Because it is so big, isn't it?
It is, and the steering wheel. This is
And the steering wheel is huge.
it is huge. So when I first got in it, I was like, oh my. Come out this way, and then I think I'll cut down this line and try to cut back over. So that's another. Yeah. So the first time driving it, it was almost surreal,
Yep.
and you know, because
There was fear, but there was also excitement.
yeah. So the car had, you know, sat in the yard for a while, and then, you know, the build, a little over 2 years to build. So the anticipation was quite high.
Of course, 2 years, you know, in the car world, making cars, it's not that much of a long time. But when you are making it yourself and it's your own car,
And you want to drive it.
those 2 years is like forever.
Yes. Yeah, so I was like, I couldn't wait. And so certain things would happen and I'd be like, oh my God. Pretty soon we're going to drive. We're going to drive it. And I could not wait for that day.
And what have you had your hands on?
Well, everything that happened had to be cleared.
Had to be cleared by you, okay.
Cleared by me, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't want to be super picky, but you know, I had certain, okay, all right, I had certain expectations, and I didn't want too much of his rat rod.
Fair enough. You had to make it your own.
Yes. So I really wanted to make sure that it was mine.
Yeah.
And so I had at least some of the femininity that I wanted. And so there was a couple times he was like, what do you think about this if we do this? And I was like,
No.
no honey, thank you, but no.
But you've done it so well, it's not so girly. You know, we have seen cars that are feminine, you know, they're pink and there's a lot of other stuff happening. I saw a rat rod at the Rod Run where they had a saucepan for the one of the paddles, and you know, they had boots as the drink holders, which was heels, it wasn't even boots. And I loved it. But the way you've done it, it's classy, it's feminine, yet it's still a classic.
Still got some aggression to
Aggression,
it,
yeah.
and that's what I wanted, because you know, it's a big, beautiful car, and
you can't take the aggression away, because just looking at the front of the Cadillac, it's a beast. I see it as a beast. It's a beautiful beast, and then it draws you. And what you've done to it just keeps saying, come on in, there is more to see.
There's more. We had a guy at a car show a couple weeks ago, and he said, you know, I've seen this thing 5 times. He said, I think I could sit for 2 weeks and still not see everything, you know. And
I'm not surprised.
I'm like, well, and then we added this, and he's like, oh my gosh. So we had to show him some new stuff. But you know, when you do a project, a build, it's, is it ever really done, you know?
So what are you trying to say with that statement, ma'am?
Well, you know,
Are you going to do some more to this?
Of course. You know, there's different things, different components when you start looking at something, and you know, part of the excitement is making the changes, because if you drive the exact same car to car shows year after year, you know, it, in my opinion, it kind of becomes, I don't want to say boring, but you know, it's more exciting when you see a vehicle. Maybe it's one that you've seen many times and you like, and you see that they did something different, you know, they upgraded something, or changed something out, or added.
So when you've got, you know, crazy people like me who come up to you, so next time I come up to you, you'll be like, hey Rana, I've done this new, let me show you this, because you're going to car shows and you start seeing the same people. We've all seen it happen. It's a very small world, the car world.
Oh, yes.
And you just want to show off and say, you know what, I've added this now, and I've added this now. And I love that about you. I absolutely love that.
Yeah, I like to do that. It's kind of like, you know, rearranging furniture at the house. Sometimes you just need a little change.
Oh, this is so
but,
beautiful.
you know, but especially new components come out, new, you know, car stuff, and and then you see it and it's like, oh, especially if it's purple. So
especially if it's purple.
if it comes out in a purple color, I'm taking a second look. So, yeah.
Wow, this has been absolutely fabulous. I'm so happy that you guys were standing there because you weren't standing or sitting right next to the car. So I looked at it, you know, I started filming it and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I need to find the owners. And I'm glad I did.
Oh, that is so cool. Well, thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you
glad
so
you
much
love
for
her.
your time.
The mirror shaking.
David, can I just say thank you?
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Teresa.
You have a great afternoon.
I will.
You can see it too.